What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. Not to be confused with the new one that we just started, where the Everyone is Here tournament. Two different tournaments. The one today, this video, is the older one. Obviously, we're getting towards the very end of it today. So, yeah, we got some good stuff today. We got 3 results. Obviously, you know who the matchup is, so you know 2 of the winners. But, again, real quick reminder, refresher about how the rules work around here. If you're new and you want to participate, you're more than welcome to. Very simple. It's a tournament. Always please keep in mind as well, it's just for fun. Just for fun. All right. Don't make a big deal out of it if something doesn't go your way. It's all cool. It's all cool. We're doing it for fun. Anyway, so the rules that you got to remember. First of all, 1 vote per person. All right, 1 vote per person. This is also a double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. If there's ever a tie in the votes, I'll flip a coin on camera. Best and fairest way to break the tie. And if they're each matchup voting-wise will only last just 1 week. And then, each day we'll go over results if there is some, and then we'll talk about the new matchup and all sorts of fun stuff. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into the results. Now, we're going over the results for the Winners Bracket Championship, which was Shantae taking on Ryu Hayabusa. Should be interesting. Should be a fun one. And then we also have 2 loser bracket matches. It was Spyro the Dragon taking on Captain Syrup. And then we also had Crash Bandicoot taking on Bandana Waddle Dee. So, let's get to the first one. The winner of the Winners Bracket Championship, not the overall winner, because this character has yet to, still has at least 1 more match. So here's the results. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised. But Shantae ended up beating Ryu Hayabusa. 107 votes to 59. So Shantae claims yet another victim. Now, real quick, very short story. I was tallying up the votes, and early on, it was like tit for tat. It was going back and forth. It was like very even. Very even. And then the rest of the Shantae people showed up and voted for her. So, for a brief second, I was like, uh-oh. Is Shantae possibly going to get beat? No, it didn't happen. It didn't even happen. So, congrats to Shantae. She's now in the actual overall championship. And whoever she faces, and obviously this will come sometime later, but whoever she faces will have to beat her twice in order to win. But we'll go over that eventually. So, Ryu, what happens to Hayabusa? Drops to the loser bracket, and I'll show you exactly where he is. So we'll go over the results for the other matches. First one was Captain Syrup taking on Spyro. Spyro won this one pretty easily, 53 votes to 25. So Spyro's in. We already know that, and we already know Crash is in. So Crash defeated Bandana Waddle Dee. This actually wasn't that close, and I guess I was expecting it to be a bit closer, but whatever happens, happens. So Crash wins 65 votes to just 23. So, Bandana Dee and Captain Syrup have been officially eliminated, but if you think about it, they were in the top 6, final 6, if you will. So, that's crazy, which means, since they got eliminated, we're down to our final 4. Shantae, Ryu Hayabusa, Crash, and Spyro. And boy, what a matchup. Spyro takes on Crash. That's crazy. And then the winner will face Ryu Hayabusa, and then we'll get that eventually, but let's focus on the matchup for today. Oh boy, this should be fun in the comments. This should be fun, and I expect it to actually be fun. Most of us are pretty civil about it, and we have a nice conversation, whether it's like, alright, yeah, I like Crash, and I like Spyro, but I feel Crash might be better, or you feel that Spyro might be more likely. I see a lot of that, and I'm expecting to see a lot of that again in this video for voting, so should be fun. We'll see how this plays out, but try to break down each character here. So, Crash. Oh boy, Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot, wow. Ever since the announcement of the new DLC, a lot of people are starting to think, myself included, that Nintendo's going to start going and they're going to try to reach out for like these fan-favorite, fan-requested characters. Now, through the entire cycle of Smash DLC, the first Fighter Pass that we're on currently, there's been all sorts of names that have popped up. You see Crash pop up a lot. You see Spyro pop up a lot. You see potentially maybe Lloyd Irving, maybe Resident Evil, maybe Doom Guy, maybe Shantae. There's so many characters, so many franchises that just continually pop up. And I think Nintendo is starting to, hear those requests from the fans. They're like, all right, I think we have such a strong support from the Smash community. People want to see more DLC. All right, we'll do more DLC. And then the fans are like, yep, 2 thumbs up, give me, bring it in. I don't care. We want more DLC. We want more characters. We want more stages. We want more music. Maybe there's whatever else on the off chance another game mode, even though, again, I know that's not likely. Maybe new items, again, probably not likely. I don't know, whatever it is, just new DLC. All right, Mii costumes, probably going to be a thing as well. But come on. Crash Bandicoot definitely at the top, towards the very top of the list for the major regions. And I think, honestly, if Nintendo is going to take anything into consideration over the past few weeks at least, or even, the lead up to the announcement where they said, all right, we're going to have more DLC, I think they definitely heard quite a bit of commotion for, not just commotion, but support for Crash and Spyro. But we'll talk about Spyro in a second. So they're hearing all these fans like, yes, Crash for Smash. We want to see it PlayStation versus Nintendo, so to speak. Yes, Crash is not owned by PlayStation anymore. Never was. He was an exclusive for Sony and PlayStation back in the early days. But Activision owns the character. And another good point about Activision, you might not. There's some people that don't like the company, and I completely understand it. I do. But if you can set your hatred aside for a second, I think we can all agree that Activision does have a lot of very good first party for them, but they have a lot of great series, a lot of great characters, and Crash and Spyro fit very well stylistically into Smash Bros. Moveset wise, the cartoony vibe to them, they just have a smashy feel to them. So either one of these characters, if they were to get in, I don't think it would surprise anybody, and the community would also be extremely happy. Sure, for some people, if Crash were to get in over Spyro, for example, yeah, the Spyro supporters might be like, all right, I'm fine with Crash, but it should have been Spyro, or, vice versa. Spyro gets in, and Crash supporters, it should have been Crash. But I think overall for gaming, I don't think anyone could really honestly argue. There might be that little like, it should have been this, but you know what, I'm good with what it is. And for me, either one, Crash or Spyro, hands down, easy. How about both of them, actually? How about both of them? Could you imagine a reveal trailer for Smash Bros. To start, say, the next wave of DLC after the first Fighter Pass ends, and say the first reveal trailer, and say they do another one of those CGI sort of trailers, where Crash and Spyro somehow get revealed together? I'm not saying they're going to play as a duo, but wouldn't that be absolutely crazy? Crash and Spyro both getting in Smash Bros. So Crash could come out first, and then a couple months later, Spyro would come out, something like that. That would be nuts. Not expecting that. Not expecting that. But I'm just saying, wouldn't that be wouldn't that be really cool? So, again, both the characters, moveset wise, popularity, relevancy, style wise, they just fit. They just, in a way, they do kind of scream Smash. And they have earned their places. These two characters, remember, Crash and Spyro were considered PlayStation's mascots. They were considered, 1A and 1B in terms of popularity, in terms of representing the PlayStation brand back in the mid 90s to very early 2000s. These were like the top two for them. Sure, they had other franchises, but, Crash was up there. He's going to be the next Mario killer. Didn't happen, but Crash is back. Spyro is back. I guess Spyro never really went anywhere because he kind of did his own thing with the Skylanders, which is something interesting you could do for maybe an alternate skin. Just a Skylanders version of Spyro. I think some people like that. Plus the Toys to Life. Nintendo did help Activision with the some of the Toys to Life. We got the Bowser and the Donkey Kong one, and that kind of inspired Nintendo to create their own amiibos. So why not give us an amiibo of Spyro and Crash? How about we just get both characters? Can we just get both? That'd be awesome. But if we even get one of them, I'm good with either one. I do have a preference, like probably most people, but I'd be okay with either one. Honestly, either one. And there's always the factor of the Sony versus Nintendo sort of thing to it. So, that'd be kind of cool. And versus Xbox as well, because Banjo's owned by Microsoft. So, you could, I mean, just to think about that thought, that fact for a second. If Crash or Spyro were to get in, they're still widely considered PlayStation characters, even though they're not anymore. They're third part. They're multi-platform. They're not just one brand anymore, but they're still considered PlayStation characters. So in a sense, you could in one game have Nintendo, say Mario for example, against PlayStation, say Crash for example, against Microsoft, Banjo for example. Who doesn't want to see that? Who doesn't want to see that? The three big companies going at it in a Nintendo game. I want it. I want it. I want it. So, I don't know. For me, again, like I said, I got a preference. Like some of you, probably most of you have a preference. And if you want to vote both, that's totally fine. Don't think I covered that, but we should probably know that. Most of us by now. If you want to vote both, totally fine, but only one vote per person, remember. But for me, my preference has always been Crash Bandicoot. So he's getting my vote. But, again, I'm going to state this. I'm perfectly okay with either Crash or Spyro, and I'd be even better with if somehow both of them got in. But either one, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue one over the other. I'm not going to complain if one gets in over the other. I'm okay. I'm good with whoever, if whoever does happen to get in. So, Crash does get my vote for today. But I'm very, very, very excited to see how this plays out. So, Crash and Spyro, somehow they met up in the tournament. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts. I like that. So, did Ryu face Crash or Spyro by any chance? I gotta see this. Where is Ryu? Ryu. Sorry, Ryu. My bad, Ryu. Where's Ryu? All right, no. Who? Oh, it was Dixie Kong that eliminated Spyro. Never mind. And then King Boo defeat. Yeah, okay, never mind. I thought maybe we could. I thought for some reason Spyro faced Ryu Hayabusa, and in this tournament, no, he didn't. So anyway, that is gonna be it for this one. Again, let me know who you guys got down in the comments. Either Crash or Spyro. Should be fun. Can't wait to see this. We'll get the results of this next Tuesday. Yeah, next Tuesday. Wednesday? Yeah, next Wednesday. Something like that. Sometime next week. But the winner will face Ryu Hayabusa. So that'll be next week. This is probably the second upload today. Don't forget, the other tournament is happening. Uploaded earlier. Should have been Leon Kennedy taking on Chun-Li in the other tournament. The Everyone is Here tournament. So if you haven't voted in that, go ahead. Maybe I remember to put like a little something here on screen somewhere. I don't know. But if you haven't voted in that, go do that. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And hopefully we catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.